A very warm welcome back to the channel. And the first bit of exciting news is I'm currently 994 subscribers. So close, and I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me in what's just been 6 months. So if there's anything in this video that you like and enjoy, please consider subscribing. Thank you very much. Now, I've always been a big fan of Ferrari. I've got a collection of 1/43rd scale cars, which includes a growing collection of the road cars going back to the early 60s, and the 5 Halo cars, and also the Formula 1 cars, including the 5 Schumacher World Championships, and all the drivers for Ferrari going back to early 60s, including Niki Lauda. When I started this channel, I wanted to do 2 things: scale realism and iconic motorsport legends, and I think this one ticks both boxes. It's a Ferrari 250 GTO with some lovely detail. Body shell supplied by L&L Models. Comes with the window masks and also a standard decal sheet. For the most part is pretty good. There's a couple of bits not so keen on, and I'm going to have to come up with a better idea. For the colour, we're going to go with Tamiya Red PS2. I think I'll probably back it with white, and then you get a nice red, Ferrari red colour with white behind it. Possibly a little bit of silver behind that, and then I'll finish it off with some black. So the light decals are pretty bad, and the 250 GTO is iconic for its bright work, chrome, and that doesn't really come across on the stickers. Well, I have got a solution for that, which I'm going to show you. So the first thing to do is get it all cut out and finish the edges. Now, I had thought about fitting this to the F103 GT chassis from Tamiya. It was a good fit, but the ground clearance is really low, and I later decided that a TT-02 would give me more options for running it. Now, this really is such a beautiful car. I didn't want to see body posts sticking out of it, so I'm going to show you how I will fix this body shell using magnets. Doesn't need to be super secure because I'm not going to be running it at speed. It's mostly going to be on a shelf and occasionally going for a gentle run. So all the window masks are in place, and also the lights. And if you notice at the top of the bonnet there's 2 air intakes. I've masked those off as well because I want those to appear clear. I'll show you that towards the end. Into the spray booth, and there's quite a few layers going to be on this. It's had 5 coats of red, 1 coat of white, 1 coat of silver, and 2 coats of black, and it's given it a really good solid colour. And the gloss red, just absolutely, it looks gorgeous. I can't wait to see this with the chrome on. That's turned out so well. So this is a TT-02, and you want to get the body shell mounted on the internal magnets in the right place. We're then going to place the other magnets on top to secure it in place and find the right location. And then we're going to tape those magnets to the outside, because we're then going to glue some further magnets on the inside, which will be the ones that actually connect to the chassis. So I'm using black shoe glue because it's really strong and it doesn't affect the PS paint. So you need to know which way up the magnet goes. And then add a little bit of glue on that side ready to fix it to the inside of the body shell. You then want to remove it and stick it to the inside of the body shell. The outside magnet will locate it in exactly the right spot, and it's just a case of putting more glue around it and letting it dry. Now if you try and fit the internal magnet and it doesn't click to the outside one, you need to flip the outside one so that it sticks. Next up, we've got light buckets, and these also came from L&L Models. They're the right buckets for the 250 GTO, but they're going to need a bit of work. I've drilled them out just the right diameter to fit these standard lamp holders, which then just secure with a nut on the back. And then to finish it off, I've got some VW Beetle chrome front light rims. They've also got a lens and a transparent decal. I think that's going to do the job. It just needs painting up. If you remember, the bonnet vents I left clear. So what I'm going to do now is just drill and cut out the fronts, and then I'm going to place a body colour underneath with some vent material so it looks like the real thing. You take a piece of Lexan and you can either paint it or cover it with red vinyl, and then I'm going to cut a hole and glue this mesh in behind. So the vent's cut. When I place this piece behind, that looks pretty cool. Now these decals are just not chrome. So you want a roll of adhesive aluminium tape, and you just want to cut yourself some strips of the right size. And go over the decal in the places where there's bright work. You can then burnish it with your fingernail or a cloth, and it sticks and finishes really well. All the decals are on. The period correct wheels also came from L&L Models. The chrome work's done. I made some exhausts from some aluminium tubing, and also the rear lights are in. The chrome wipers are from eBay, and they're really tricky to build. The vents look great, and overall I just think it looks like a die-cast model. So pleased with it. So, do you want to see it running?